Starlings, and welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. I am glad that you are here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for coming back to watch another one of my videos. If you've been watching my content and haven't subscribed yet, please take the time out to go ahead and click on the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting new content and so that you can be kept in the loop with what I am doing. Lastly, to those of you who are my members, my Capella members, thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, and support. I am so blessed to have you as part of my Capella circle. If you are interested in being part of this incredible community where you get access to my free mobile app, you get access to chat with me in the app. You also have access to daily guidance videos, healing videos, monthly healing, what you need to do for the month, what you need to overcome for the month, like blockages and things like that, a whole bunch of other things. Please check out the description box below or head on over to capellawellness.com. Click on the Capella membership category in my menu on my landing page to see what you're being called to and to try it out for 14 days. Some of my memberships do offer a 14-day free trial. You can cancel at any time. Some of those memberships also include unlimited access to all of my extended videos, okay? What was the last thing I wanted to say? So we are going to be doing your reading for the end of January, all right? There will be an extended for this video, so if you're interested in what the extended is going to entail, please wait to the end of the video. I wish you guys a happy new year, a fantastic 2023. Lastly, if you would like to sow a seed into my mission work, into this channel, you can do so by making a donation or selecting an item from my wish list. Those links are in the description box below. May that be returned to you tenfold. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Virgo. How are you? I hope you are well. Happy New Year. We are going to change things up again, Virgo. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do your end of January 2023 reading, okay? So what I am doing now, Virgo, is, if you haven't heard already, I am going to be doing readings for what you need to know for the beginning of each month and for the end of each month. I'm no longer doing weekly zodiac signs, as my guides have asked me to stop doing those. So we will cover, like, one reading will cover the first 2 weeks of a month, and the other reading for the month will cover the last two readings, the last 2 weeks of the month, all right? And then after that, we are going to get guidance on how to best navigate these energies. And lastly, we're going to go look into your wellness tip for the end of January 2023, okay? There will be an extended for this, as I mentioned already. Stick around to the end so that you know what the extended video will entail. So if you're already curious about how to access that extended reading, check out the description box below. There's a link to take you to the page where all my extended readings are. If you would like to access all of my extended readings every month, you can subscribe to my unlimited extendeds subscription on my Capella members page at capellawellness.com. It'll save you a lot of money because one video is $9.99 to rent and $11.11 to buy, and the membership per month to access all of my extended readings is $19.99 a month. So if you feel like you need the extra guidance and insight and you feel like that would be worthwhile, which it would be, check out the description box below and go to the Capella memberships page to purchase the monthly subscription to access my extended readings, okay? So we're just gonna see for right now what you need to know for the end of January 2023, okay? Anything could come out, anything goes in my readings, guys. So let us see what Virgo needs to know. What guidance do we have for Virgo for the end of January 2023? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Family, Pleiadian Sirians. Ooh, Like it. You got the Nine of Cups. Okay. End of the month. Wishes are coming true. There are things that are materializing out of thin air is what I just saw, what I just heard. It's like material, financial gratification are coming to you because you've been in a high vibrational state, Virgo. You have been really enjoying life. You know what is really fulfilling for you. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with status. It has nothing to do with like financial success. It's all about you enjoying life to the fullest and you just living happy and joyfully. And, you know, this is living the good life. You're saying to yourself, you know what? It's been a long time coming. For some of you, it's been a rough 2022. So you've been trudging along. You've been pushing through. And regardless of everything that has ensued, Virgo, you are really keeping a high vibration. This is a very high vibrational card. And even though you've been through trials and tribulations, because 9 also for me tends to deal with like a cycle about to end, but 9, I'm seeing 9 of Wands with this, with the trials and tribulations. So you here are really maintaining that happiness no matter what, because you found that self-fulfillment. You found what brings you that joy, what brings you that bliss. And as long as you continue to do that, Virgo, your energy is attracting abundance. It's attracting material wealth. It's attracting things that miraculously pop out of nowhere. It's time to enjoy life fully now. But a lot of you, this is more material coming in, okay? You are going to be seeing things very differently by the end of the month, where things are going to run a lot more smoothly. You're going to be able to sit back and relax more. And because of your high vibrational state, Virgo, the universe is blessing you with these wishes. Your dreams are coming true here. And I keep getting that they're going to magically appear. All right. You have allowed yourself to not only find what brings you happiness, you've allowed yourself to find other people and other things that kind of add to that joy. All right. So, and you've got a better circle of friends nowadays. You have a more supportive soul tribe. You are allowing yourself to attract people who are supporting you, and they try to help keep your vibration up too when your vibration dips, because we're all human. I know my vibration dips every now and again. I had that happen like the other day. All right, but either way, you know how to get back up to here, and you have other people who help you stay here, or to help you also get back up to here, kind of giving you a boost of energy. So there's something magical that is happening to quite a few of you at the end of the month. Now you have to remember, you got to be in alignment with this. If you're happy, joy, like Ren and Stimpy, if you are just going out there, you're just loving life. And, you know, you could have the worst shit happen to you, but you're still this. Oh my God, Virgo. What's coming to you is quite grand, is what I'm seeing. I keep hearing it's going to magically come out of thin air. These dreams and wishes coming true are magically happening to you because you've maintained that vibration no matter what. And this is pretty big for a lot of you, because a lot of you have gone through quite a bit. Now, we have the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. When I talk about you've been, you know, you've been able to balance yourself out. No matter what has been going on, you have been able to maintain that balance and adapt to the changes. And when we go through difficulties in life, Virgo, and we go through those trials and tribulations that I was talking about, it makes us stronger, makes us more resilient. No matter what changes happen in your life, you go with the flow, right? Because if you look at that ship back there, it's kind of on rough waters, right? But you're able to commandeer the ship. You're able to steer it in a way where no matter what storms come through, no matter what whirlpools you end up, no matter what, you know, fog comes in, or hurricanes or anything, when you're out at sea, you're going by your light. You're following God's guidance. You're allowing yourself to not only keep your hand on that, it's like you're at the helm, you're allowing yourself to steer that ship, but you're utilizing God's help to help you get through this. And through all the changes, through all the ups and downs, right? It's like back and forth, back and forth. Things work out well, things don't. Things work out well, things don't. You're able to still move through those difficult waters, those treacherous, tumultuous waters. And there's a strong energy of, with that high vibration, you're allowing God to pull you through this, okay? There is an energy here of, money coming in, money going out, all right? You've been able to adapt to a change. Some of you, you used to have a lot of money, okay? And when you followed what ultimately fulfilled you, right, with this Nine of Cups here, when you found what really brings you happiness, you're like, you know what? Money isn't everything. My happiness is everything. Taurus actually had a similar message about happiness is most important. And you found what is ultimately fulfilling here, and you found that on your own, because you found that the joy comes from within. And some of you, with job changes, career changes, salary changes, whatever this is for you, you've been able to adapt to that, and you said to yourself, well, you know what, change is inevitable. And with every change, there is something good that comes out of it, because it helps us to grow. It helps us to prepare us for the abundance, for our wishes to come true. Because some of you, you're going to get some sort of material wealth here. It's going to pop out of nowhere. I just heard it's magically delicious. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but I'm seeing the Lucky Charms. That might be significant for somebody. Leprechaun, I don't know, Irish, March, whatever, I don't know. That just came out of left field. But yeah, something magically delicious is about to happen in your life here, Virgo, because you've been staying balanced here. A lot of things have been going on. You've been juggling quite a bit, but you've been able to maintain your sanity. I don't want to say salary, but even when money was tight, you were able to manage. Even when money all of a sudden came in out of nowhere, you were able to manage. It's like, okay, well, let me just hold tight here and, not overspend and not overdo it. But no matter what happened with your finances, for some of you, you stayed the course, and you knew that even though financially it wasn't really stable, you maintained that happiness, and God has seen this, and because of that, He's bringing in what you've been praying, dreaming, wishing about. He's bringing in what you have been working so hard towards. Because again of this, because you've maintained that balance, you kept your eye on the prize. You didn't drop the ball. Now I'm hearing for some of you, you didn't drop the ball with regards to your mission work. You didn't drop the ball with regards to your vibration, right? If you looked at my weekly, I talked about, remember we saw the Two of Pentacles in that reading. If you haven't watched my weekly, I highly recommend that you watch it for the week of January 8, 2023. I talked about how prioritizing what is important, your happiness or stress, because you have a choice, okay? And some of you chose your self-fulfillment. You chose to do what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, even when you fell on the slump, even when the money wasn't there, even though, your world was topsy-turvy, all right? Like I said, one day it was great and the next day it wasn't. Your money was great one month and the next it wasn't, and your life was changing and all these different changes, like what the hell's going on? But you ultimately continue to decide to choose you, to choose your happiness and your fulfillment. You said to yourself, no matter what storm I'm in, I'm going to push through. And a lot of you look to God. You kept your eyes on God to push through this, okay? So, the others of you, for the end of January, you got to do what some of you have already done. Some of you, your finances are out of whack. It's kind of like you got to balance the checkbook, and I know that's an old thing to do, but you know what that means. You're juggling too many things. Maybe some of you are kind of like, I'm hearing buyer's remorse all of a sudden. You try to fill that cup with that Nine of Cups there,
it's like instant gratification, but all of a sudden you kind of regret what you've done, what you've purchased. And it doesn't have to do with money, but for some of you, it is something with money. Um, you may have overspent during the holidays or something like that. You may have kind of gone by the wayside, and now you're kind of trying to manage the money. You're kind of like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Now it's come down to making a decision as to whether you should buy this thing or not, or whether you should cut back, or whether you should, you know, I'm hearing like getting financial help or something. But there's this tendency to go back and forth with regards to, you know, filling your cups with material things. And I've been through this. It doesn't work. Okay, it gets you into a bind financially. So, and I've said this before. If you've never heard me say this, I'm gonna call myself out of what, you know, I had an issue with before. I was finding happiness in material things, and it was kind of like my money situation really wasn't balanced, and that's going on for some of you. And you know, I call truth. I will call bullshit on people, because that's what this is. It's truth. It's divine light. It's you getting out of that so that you understand what is really important. And what will happen is, when you let go of the material world and you stop filling those cups up with physical things, God will bring you things that are greater than what you've ever had, because you understood what is really important in life, and that's you finding the joy within, not in relationships, not in jobs, not in the status, not in the car that you drive, the house that you live in, not in the career that you are working towards or you've had for years, not in money, possessions, like the work that I do now. It has been the most gratifying, fulfilling thing that I've ever experienced. And I came back to my parents' house with very little. I just came back from Virginia and took some more of my stuff from my sister's garage, because the rest of my stuff is still up there. And when I went to put everything away, it hit me. And I said to myself, I can't believe the changes that I've been through, how I've been able to adapt. And I lost 90% of what I owned, okay? 90%. And when I put some of that stuff away in the room that I'm in now, my parents' house, I said, shit, Jess, you sacrificed a lot, you gave up a lot, you gave away a lot, you lost a lot. But at the end of the day, I still have this. And I started to realize I never really needed all those things. And when I came here, my stuff still being at my sister's house, and me being like, okay, my stuff's still over there. I brought some stuff when I drove down here, but the majority of what I kept is still at my sister's in Virginia. I couldn't bring everything down. And I was like, I don't really miss that stuff. I mean, I did bring some things, you know, some of my favorite t-shirts, or I left card decks over there that I thought I had and I didn't, so I got more of my card decks and one of my mermaid pedestals for my candles, and you know what I mean. Things that had meaning to me, right? That had like true joy, like true value to it. That's the name of a hardware store, and it might be resonant for somebody. I started to realize that I was able to adapt to the huge change. Not only not having a high six-figure salary anymore, not even, you know, with all of a sudden my business stopped, you know, generating income, like the bigger income that I had. Or like, I mean, it wasn't big, but you know, my channel was getting a lot more money. Business was really flowing. I was getting more bookings and things. But even when that changed, I was like, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not doing this for the success and the accolades and the views and the subscriptions and shit. I'm doing my mission work for this. And I had somebody leave a comment for me the other day on my chat, my free mobile app, and he had some beautiful things to say about how much I've helped him. And one thing he said was that I've helped him through his darkest times, and I know he had a very, very rough year last year. I got teary-eyed about it. He didn't book a reading.
He didn't purchase a subscription. He just watched my videos. He watched my lives. He did all these things. The work that I have done, it helped him. And for him to say those very, very kind words to me, it's why I do what I do. And when I looked at what I put my stuff away, I was like, wow, I really let go of a lot. It was a little bit disheartening, to be honest, but I said to myself, you know what? I've changed so much. It makes me realize that I can adapt to anything that happens in my life. And no matter what happens, no matter what storm comes through, I know that this is of the utmost importance. I know that this is where I need to be. It's where I need to be. So for some of you, this is about you finding what ultimately fulfills you. And you're trying to fill things with material possessions. Trust me, I've been there, done that. It won't work. If you're trying to manifest a lot of wonderful things in life, more money, more harmonious relationships, you got to do the hard work first. You got to be in the vibrational state to attract those miracles, to attract those wishes. You can wish, pray, hope, dream till you're blue in the face, Virgo. But until you get into alignment with it, you won't be able to have those things materialize. You won't be able to have those things manifest. Because it's not vibrationally in alignment, okay? So, the others of you, you know who you are. You gotta be honest with your situation. You gotta get control of your finances here. You gotta balance things out because money doesn't bring happiness. But the others of you, money has been kind of going back and forth. It's changing. There's a transition here with this Two of Pentacles. And you're probably like, okay, when is this gonna change? I just made all this money, now all this money has to go back out. But you didn't become bitter, you didn't get angry, you didn't try to force money to come in or try to force something to make things better. You were just going with the flow, no matter what. And you stayed in that high vibrational state. Because of that, you're attracting some magical things. Magically delicious. This stuff is this wish coming true, it's gonna make you very, very happy. You think you're happy now. For those of you who are in a high vibrational state, wait until you see what God has in store for you, because it's magically delicious. My guys are hysterical. All right, but yeah, you've got you've really learned how to adapt to changes, especially with regards to money, for some of you. And that was the whole point as to why you had to go through what you did, especially if you went through a tumultuous time in 2022 and everything just was like back and forth, like storms, right? Trying to keep it together, trying to maintain that balance, to stay happy, to stay joyful. So, but the others of you, this is the time to work on that, okay? You may be trying too many things, doing too many things to get you into a state of joy, bliss, happiness. You've got to really look at what is important in your life. Assess what you love to do, what brings you that ultimate happiness. Some of you, it has to do with a skill set that you have, something that you're passionate about. Okay. Let me look at the top of the deck.
We have the Fool. We have the Fool. Okay, so let me go back a step here. With this Two of Pentacles, you're trying to make a decision. You're wondering, like, should I go with this or should I do that? Should I leave this job to fulfill my purpose? Should I leave this job to do what I love to do, what really makes me happy? Throat chakra. Should I leave this leave this relationship that I know is not fulfilling? Because the 9 comes after the 8 of Cups. Once you leave that life behind that you know you're not ultimately fulfilled in, and you head towards the 9 of Cups or the 10 of Cups, because you got to get to the 9 to get to the 10, your whole life changes. So some of you, the end of the month, for some of you, it's time to make a decision here. And you got to trust your gut on it. And that's why I'm getting that, because the Fool is at the top of the deck, and it's telling you, it's Aquarius energy for me. Expect the unexpected. Major Arcana. This is you saying to yourself, you know what? I'm going to choose the path less chosen. I'm going to go in the direction that my heart is leading me towards. Not in the direction that other people are trying to pull me back into. Because with that dog telling you, hey, and these are other people. This dog represents other people, family members, friends, whatever, coworkers. Don't go over there, Virgo. You're not going to make it. You're going to fall off the cliff. What's going to happen is you're not falling onto jagged rocks, Virgo. You're falling onto cloud 9. Which is what this 9 of Cups is right here. It's a new adventure. It's a new beginning. So stop being wishy-washy. Stop going back and forth. That makes me happy. No, I don't know. The money thing. For some of you, it's a money. I don't know if I'm going to be successful. I don't know if it's going to make me money. Do not worry about the money for some of you. Money isn't going to make you happy. At the end of the day, it won't. You're going to learn to live without having money. Okay? That is a huge change. It's a huge leap of faith. It's a huge direction change when you are now moving forward and following what your heart is telling you to do. You're just going to jump in and do it. You're just going to do it like Nike. It's just like, you know what? I'm going in that direction. I'm following my heart once and for all. And you see with this Fool here? All he has is his knapsack. This is totally what I've been through, why I was talking about my closet. And when I went back to Virginia and brought some more of my stuff for my sisters, and I said, I cannot believe how much I left behind. I cannot believe what little I came back with when I left Maryland. I felt like this. It was just me, my son. I have my cat, but my cat's at my sister's. I'm praying to God at some point I'll get her back, but I'm trusting in God that I will, because it's all part of the process. I felt like this. Me, the knapsack, my son, my old Volvo that's about to fall apart. And I said, okay, God, this is a new beginning for me. When one door closes, 1,000,000 doors open. It's a matter of you walking right through it. And with that sun shining down on you, that's God getting your back, the universe having your back. This is you following the light. Even though the light is behind you, you're being backed by it, and you're moving forward and following your own light. It's abundance, it's new beginnings, it's vitality, it's truth, it's optimism, it's positivity. With that sun behind you, just know that there's always going to be light in your darkest days, no matter where you're going, what path you are taking. The Fool remains optimistic because he's following his heart, and whatever it is he's trying to pursue, whatever new beginning he's about to embark on. Because he knows this is the right thing to do for him, and he doesn't have to go with anything.
as he moves into this new beginning. And for others of you with this wish fulfillment here, again, with regards to some of you for finances, because you've gone through the crazy shit, because you left everything behind, you stayed adaptable to the changes, you let go of those jobs, those people, the lifestyle that you used to have. And with very little you found this bliss. And so now you're being blessed with this new beginning because of what you've been through, and because you've remained optimistic through everything. You said, okay, God, I'm going to go through with this. I'm not going to listen to what anybody else says. I'm just going to trust my heart because that is what you are telling me to do. And for those of you with like this material, financial gratification coming in, it's a whole new life for you. You're living life anew here, and you're not going to have to worry about money ever again because you've attracted it. Because that high vibrational state with that Knight of Cups, you've attracted it. You were left with practically nothing, and you stayed happy regardless. It's like Tiny Tim. I talked about that in my Christmas reading last year, right? God bless us, everyone. He was crippled. His family was poor, but he had his family. He still had one working leg, if I'm not mistaken. He still had his life. He had very little with this Fool card here. He was just enjoying life and just telling God, whatever God you have me, whatever you have for me, God, I'm just going to go with it. That's the energy of the Fool. It's a beautiful energy because a lot of people don't take risks. A lot of people don't jump off that cliff. A lot of people don't follow their heart. A lot of people do not follow what brings them this pure joy right here. Because they get stuck in the material world with this Two of Pentacles energy. I gotta do all these things. I gotta be stuck in this 3D world. I gotta have this money. I gotta have that. I got this. I gotta whatever. I have to do all these things to be successful. No, you don't. How many people are juggling around shit and they're miserable? How many people are doing jobs where they're not happy and they're not following what it is they want to do in life? They're not passionate about what they do. Who wants to live a life like that? It's like I thought about it earlier today, like, geez, you know, I mean, I'll be honest. I want my own place again. Don't get me wrong. I gotta trust God in this, but I'm like, I have to be grateful. I could be in a car right now. Okay? I could be moving from hotel to hotel, house to house. I got blessed with being with my parents. And again, I gotta trust in what God's doing. I know it's not the end for me, because God's like, it's a huge redirection, Jess. This is a detour. I'm in Florida because I'm in a detour. Because God's preparing me for the new beginnings. For a lot of you, God's preparing you for this new beginning right here. Because some of you already took the leap of faith. Some of you already did something huge here. And you started anew with that knapsack on your back. But you knew there's got to be something bigger. There's got to be something greater. There's always a new adventure, guys. There's always a new journey that we go on, okay? Every season has a different purpose. Every season has a different mission. Every season has a different journey here. It's the cycle. It's the beginning of a new cycle all over again. And so now you're moving forward into something completely different. You've got to trust in yourself. You got to believe in yourself.
There's this carefree attitude. Like, this is, to me, I usually say that the Knight of Swords is the fuck it card. Like, throw caution to the wind in a sense, but like, I'm doing this, come hell or high water. But this is you understanding that the universe, God has got your back when you do this. And you're like, you know what? I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to go not worry about the unknown, and I'm going to jump in and do it. I'm going to have this carefree attitude. You know what? Let me look at this through the eyes of a child. Let me just like think about the adventure, what I'm going to experience, what I'm going to be leveling up on, who I'm going to meet, what I'm going to come across, what other storms am I going to encounter. Because a lot of you went through a lot of storms, and now this new journey, you're kind of like, shit, man, I can get through anything. And let me tell you, my 2022 was the most challenging year in all my 42 and a half years of living. But that had me realize with the strength of God that I was able to adapt to any change that came my way, any storm. And when you can do that and maintain that happiness, you've got it made. You've done a lot of work. You understand what life is all about. A lot of people would have capsized their ship, but you didn't. And because for those of you who didn't, because you kept taking massive risks, massive jumps across the Grand Canyon, not looking down, okay? It's kind of like when you walk on those glass bridges, which I did in 2015 with my best friend. I went to Vegas. She couldn't do it, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I'm like walking over that big hole across the Grand Canyon, you know? It's something. And you're having that faith that glass won't break beneath you, right? That's what this is. Leaps and bounds, guys. Jumping across the Grand Canyon, just not looking down. You're looking forward. You're not looking back anymore. All eyes on God. All eyes on forward on what it is that you want to pursue. Okay? It's new beginnings, guys. It's starting life anew here. So, I'm going to get guidance for you on how to best navigate these energies. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian, Sirians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What guidance do we have for Virgo? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Okay. Woo! Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Okay? So some of you were juggling too many things. It's like I said, some of you, you're kind of trying to find fulfillment and doing all this stuff to make you happy, but for some, it's not working for you. Watering your garden. Remember we talked about you filling up your own cups? Cups are water energy. You gotta make you happy first, Virgo. You gotta take better care of your health, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Getting some rest, because some of you are really juggling around too much. Some of you, your life is out of balance here. They want me to put this up here. Body care. Do some self-care routines. Virgo, you are the kings and queens of health, wellness, morning, evening routines. Okay? Some of you probably don't realize this, but You got to get into your positive Virgo energy with really working on your health here. This is totally you with the nourishment, the body care, the tenderness, and the rest. Well-being is very, very important. Don't be doing all these things you think are bringing you happiness when you know they're not, especially if this is like a money thing. Trying to buy these things to make you feel more fulfilled. It's not it. You Got the Love. That's an amazing song. I forgot who sings this. Doesn't Florence and the Machine do a rendition of this? I can't remember. Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Because I'm getting you gotta love yourself here. You gotta set some boundaries, right? If anyone, anything is disrupting your happiness, set the boundary. Some of you Virgos got to learn how to set boundaries, okay? Because it's affecting your inner peace, it's affecting your happiness here. There are codependencies on like relationships, jobs, money, status, like I talked about. That's not going to help you bring what you really, really want in life. All right? It won't get you there. Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Know that you are protected. I talked about that the universe has your back, God has your back here. You got a huge star family that is supporting you too. Isn't Horus the half eagle, half man in Egyptian mythology? You need to know that you are safe and you're protected when you take that leap, right? Because again, the Two of Pentacles, you're going back and forth. Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I leave that job? Do I leave that relationship? You know what it is you need to do, Virgo. Stop oscillating between the options because you know in your heart of hearts what option you need to take. You've got to trust in the decision that you know you need to make. You got to trust in that choice and stop going back and forth on it. Stop being wishy-washy about it. Because for some of you, that's a money thing. That's holding you back. The shadow of the Fool card is holding yourself back because you're lacking faith in what it is that you know is right for you. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, I'll be right here waiting for you. That just came out of my ass. But no matter where you go, Virgo, you're going to be protected. You're going to be safe. You've got to trust in where God is leading you towards. You got to trust in what your heart's telling you, Virgo. They want me to read that. Hold on a second. What is that? That's Star Brothers, right? You're more protected than you can imagine. It's safe to open the back of your heart. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now from those in your life and from the benevolent beings you're connected with. Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks when it comes to receiving support. We've learned that we need to go at life alone. That is not safe to let our guard down and open our heart. That the world isn't a friendly place. Star Brothers want you to have a new experience on life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply secure and safe, and even if you're going through a difficult time, they want you to hand over your fears to them, to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you can ever imagine, both in this world and beyond, to call on your team of loyal protectors and supporters, both physically and energetically. They want you to learn to soften through life's ups and downs and to learn to open your heart, especially when it most wants to harden. Learn to soften through life's ups and downs. Two of Pentacles. Right? No matter what life brings you, you're going to stay commandeering that ship. You're going to be at the helm. You're not the one, Virgo, who's going to capsize that ship. like many other people do. You have so much more support, and you're more protected, as I said. How can you open yourself up to receiving more support? Let some people in. You don't need to go through this alone. Certain things you're being asked to do alone, yes. You don't have to do this whole journey by yourself. God will tell you when you need to do things by yourself. The bottom of the deck is all paths lead home. Taurus got this card, is the card that came out. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. It's following your heart. It's listening to your intuition. You need to trust more in what God is telling you. All paths lead home. The Fool card. It's always a journey, but you're always going to end up where God wants you to be. Even though shit hits the fan, even through the ups and downs. When I talked about, even with everything you've lost, even with all this crazy stuff, you stayed happy, you stayed content, you continued to love life. It's like when I lost practically everything. Do you know how many people would have thrown their hands up in the air and cursed God out? I can't believe you took my cat and you took my house and this, and this. No. I knew something was coming. I did not expect that. But God was preparing me for it spiritually. Because a lot of people would have capsized the ship. They would have drowned in that ocean. Sure, I was a little disappointed, I'm not going to lie. Sure, I was kind of like, oh my God, what's happening now? I gotta go move back home, really? I was not expecting that. Fool, expect the unexpected. I was like, what is going on? All paths lead home. Maybe some of you literally need to go back home to close out the cycle in order for the new beginning to start. God wants you to start from square one, because what's going to happen from the place that you were born in, the place that you grew up in, you're starting off a life where you're not the same person you were when you left. And you're going to be a huge example to those people who were around you at home. And they're going to witness some magic shit happening with that 9 of Cups. And they're going to be like, how in the hell did Virgo get all this abundance, get all this miracle money? Miracle everything. How did they get all of these wishes coming true? Turn your gaze within. Look inside yourself and understand what is really, really of value to you, what really, really makes you happy. No matter what happens in your life, it always leads you home. It always leads you to where you need to be. Home's about comfort. Something with the full moon in Cancer that happened here that helps some of you realize this. What makes you feel at home? Who are the people who make you feel at home? This could literally be going, like I said, going back home. Could be a choice. Do I go back to where I was? Do I leave where I was? Like, what's going to bring me that happiness? You're always going to end up in the place where you feel the most comfort, where you feel the most support. That's kind of crazy that I've seen at the bottom of the deck, because it's really weird for me that all that I've been through, it led me back to where I started. But that's because now I'm starting something completely different. Because again, I'm not the same person I used to be when I left. And now God's like, you come full circle, Jess. It's the same with a lot of you. You left home, you came back home. And now you're starting a completely new life. And a lot of people are going to be witnessing that new life that you're about to begin. And it's going to be very, very different than anything you can ever imagine. So we're now going to get your wellness tip. And before we get while we're getting the wellness tip, Virgo, don't forget the extended video. I'm going to be doing this right after. So join me for that. If this is resonating, the link to that's in the description box below. We're going to look at what's blocking you. Okay? Blocks are very important to clear because you can't manifest certain things if you've got major blockages. Okay? So we're going to look into what's blocking you. We're also going to look into, we're going to see whatever else God has for us, whatever Holy Spirit has for us. We're also going to look into what's going on with your person right now and what your person would like to say to you at this time, because they've got a lot of messages to say. I'm feeling that very strongly for whatever reason all of a sudden. And we're going to see what archangels are supporting you at the end of the month. This is to help you guys connect with those archangels and to work with them. And they also have major messages for you to help provide any other insight and guidance that is necessary for you to hear at this time. And we're just going to get some final guidance at the end for that. So that's what's going to cover the extended for this time around. So again, check out the description box below for that link. Also, if you feel like you want to watch all of my extended readings, to buy it it's $9.99. To buy it it's $11.11. To rent it for 72 hours it's $9.99. To access all my unlimited, to have unlimited access to all my videos, my extended readings, it's $19.99 a month. Okay, $19.99. If you buy 2 readings, that's already the cost of 1 monthly subscription to all my extendeds, okay? More bang for your buck. So if you're really interested in getting a lot more insight and guidance and checking in on like your love relationship here, especially if this is resonating, I highly recommend that you sign up for that if you feel drawn, because it'll save you a lot of money and you'll get way more guidance than you would if you just purchased each you kept purchasing each video individually. Now, if you want to purchase each video individually, that's up to you. But I'm just saying, $19.99 a month to access all of my extended readings will very well be worth it for you. So, we have take your work email off your phone. Notify everyone in advance that you're doing this. Woo! Some of you are too caught up in what's going on at your job, and it's like 2 of Pentacles. Oh my God. Juggling, juggling, juggling. You got the kids, you got the job, you got the work, you got commitments, obligations. That's a big thing for some of you. Switch on flight mode. It's an excellent way to start small. This will help relax, focus, and resist temptation to scroll through social media. I also recommend that you put your phone on flight mode, airplane mode when you're sleeping so that those waves don't get to your brain. Have a notification-free day. Constant notifications can distract you from completing a task or relaxing. It seems daunting, but start by giving it a go for set hours. Some of you have all these notifications on from readers, from work, from your friends, family members. Set 1 day a week, Virgo. This is my suggestion to you, to have at least start with 1 day with no notifications. I turned off practically all my notifications on my phone, especially, I will say, for my Divine Masculine, because I had a special ringtone for him and I had my ringer on so that with the time we were communicating and he would text me and I would hear that special sound. Oh, it's him. Let me go check the phone. I put that to bed a long time ago. Nope, it was a total distraction. And then when I wouldn't hear it, I was like, oh, I'm not hearing it anymore. It was not working for me. And on top of everything else, I'm not constantly checking the phone every time I hear a ding, every time I hear a buzz or whatever. I got my phone on silent mode. I've had it on silent mode for a long time. Okay? Start setting one day a week, all right? No notifications. Do something fun that you remember from childhood. Play video games, go to the zoo, I don't know. What did you like to do as a kid? 9 of Cups. What used to make you happy as a child? Go start doing that again. Donations. Sort through your clothes and set aside some items to donate to charity. Because when you clear this space, you make more space for bigger, better things to come in. This also pays off your karma. This is Six of Pentacles energy. Okay? Start looking at stuff you don't need, giving them away. Some of you got a huge watch collection. Save the watches that you really, really like and give the rest, or sell the rest. Okay? Material things. An old-fashioned watch will give you one less reason to constantly check your phone. A lot of you have smart watches. You know what's funny? Because I found my favorite watches at my sister's house, and I thought that that I had them with me, and they're very nice watches, dressy watches. I used to wear them for work, and I got this because this actually happens to be my ex-husband's. My son had it. My ex-husband gave it to my son, and my son was like, "I don't want this anymore, Mom." And I was like, "Can I use it?" He was like, "Sure." So I like this because it has a timer. It tells me the weather. I don't have to be checking my phone. Sometimes I'll get notifications from clients or whatever, or I see a booking or something. I'm like, "Oh, cool, I got a booking. Oh, a client's texting me. Okay, I can answer it or not." I use the timer for my tea on this. I use the timer when I go out for walks with my mom, whoever I'm walking with. It's pretty much what I use it for. And I have a thing with the time. What time is it, right? And the weather. But anyway, some of you may be addicted to your smartwatches too. But it's funny because my son gave me but this belonged to his dad because his dad gave it to him. So I decided to use it. And now that I have my other watches, I gotta go get the batteries fixed because I was thinking of wearing those watches again when I don't need this, because usually I use this again for the timers. But again, you don't need to constantly check your phone. And some of you are not checking your phone for the time either. There are quite a few of you who are checking the phone to see if your person's going to contact you. That's an addiction, guys. That is not going to help you. It's codependency. We got the codependency card right there. All right. So 55 minutes already. So I hope this helped you, Virgo. I really, really hope it did. It's kind of funny because I thought it was going to be like a shorter reading because we got one card, and that was the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups. I didn't say that by accident. Taurus had the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of their deck. But anyway, I really do hope this helped you. If you have any questions about anything at all, if you want to sign up for a Capella membership, it's like Patreon, guys, if you're curious. I have my own web space. I created my own Patreon-like environment on CapellaWellness.com if you're wondering what these memberships are, okay? Yes, I know you'll have to sign up and stuff like that, but you have everything in one place. And if you book readings with me, you get your own private web page where all of your readings will be in one place. Okay, I'm trying to incorporate that into the app. I have to go figure that out. It's another project of mine that I got to do. I need some help with that. If anybody who's very good with web development, shoot me an email. So yeah, you get your own web page, and if you remember, all of the bonus content you get on the free mobile app. Okay, and you get to be part of the communities and chat with me there too. So the memberships are like Patreon, but again, I built it on my own platform because I pay for the web space. Why am I going to put my stuff on somebody else's web space when I could build it myself, which is what I did. So in case you were curious, for some of you, about the memberships, it is like Patreon, but it's on my site. I control it fully. And I get to build it however I want. Okay? So check out the memberships. The link to that is in the description box below. I am offering personal readings. The link for the Capella Service Suite, which lists all my readings, is in the description box as well. I do have tarot reading packages where if you feel like you want to focus on one thing, on your spiritual growth, your spiritual journey, you save quite a bit of money if you purchase more than one reading in these packages. Okay, so go to the Capella Tarot Packages section of my website. There is a link for that as well in the description box. Let's see. If you feel like you would like to make a donation or sow a seed into this channel to support the work that I do, or if you would like to send me a gift as an exchange of energy, I have donation links and my Amazon wish list link in the description box as well. And if you feel drawn to do that, may that be returned to you 100-fold. All right, Virgo. Okay, well, I'm going to see you guys in the extended, so let's hop on over there. And if not, God willing, I'll see you in the next one. And this will conclude your reading, Virgo. So thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness.